So my mentality with products, I worked at an art store, and I only suggest someone get a product if it makes sense for what they're doing. So if someone tells me I'm trying to glue balsa wood, then I would suggest CA glue and accelerator, this brand mostly because it's the only one that I know that exists. And if someone tells me that they're trying to attach something to a picture frame, or they want it to stay up and they need it to not fall off anywhere, then I'd suggest this stuff. I mean, shoot, I use the Walmart super glue, so but yeah, I'm not gonna suggest a thing if it's not something that I'd use myself or have used or enjoy using. So what we'll do first, apply a bit of glue over here to the same spot that's had glue, I think 3 times. I think everything done on film is like all of a sudden 10 times harder. So hold it down a couple of seconds. You can also spray the accelerator on there and have it set closer to instantly. Which this leather, I've noticed it wanting to take longer than I'd like. So there we go. That's done. Let's see. That's the front. Now I'm going to give something a try here. This is going to end up stretching down like that. However, it's going to be cut along that seam. So I'm going to do that in advance. And to be able to tell where that seam is, I think this stuff writes on here. Yep, gold does. We want to get to about right here where that hole is. Flip it upside down so the glue flows down, because I can't get it fully in there. You know, this would be something good to make a tool that would press in that groove where the glue is. A little bit more conformal than my finger is. But it's on there now. So now we can start seeing the shape that this is going to take. And we'll start going to the sides. That a couple, nope. Wow, this stuff does not want to stick. I have some other leathers that they do stick. This stuff, ooh, it is in a mood. Let's see. So you don't want to go too far because you don't want it to go into the area to the front. It's the whole reason that I gave up on that other piece of leather. Like I said before, eventually the goal is to have a pattern for this. But for now, this is sort of the figuring out of the pattern. So you can see where that lines up. Cut more of that off. That instant set is really useful. Let's see, and so what I'm trying to do is opposite sides. We're trying to get rid of those, which can be frustrating to get that fully out. One sort of funny thing is that I'll get glue on my thumb, and because my phone uses the fingerprint authentication, um, I can't open it with. For a while, my right thumb was covered in glue, so I couldn't unlock my phone with that thumb. Let's see. But you're going to end up getting glue on yourself if you use these methods, but that's okay. Let's see. That spot's next. You always want to wash your hands after using this stuff. It's not exactly sure what's in it, but you don't want to eat food after handling it. What's great about this stuff is it sort of creeps in if you can get an angle on where you're gluing it together. Pretty good. One thing you want to be careful about is where you get the glue. If you get the glue, it'll harden an area. So say if I put glue in there and I didn't fully pull it in, then it would harden that and it would make the bin look awkward. But let's see. Okay, we're getting closer. Um, could go in and glue all those corners, but from this angle it looks fine. In the back, it doesn't matter as much if it's level or not because of the riser. And the way that it's displayed is like this. You don't, you don't display it on the other side, which is lucky for my purposes. Okay, we're getting closer. This is with the stand. This is removable, but I'm going to glue it in. I was told that that the reason that the other stands that they have don't have these is because they fell off. Glue came undone. Okay, next up, this guy. So this is the top piece, has the recess there. Sort of wonder if I should have put the recess a little bit closer to the end, but I cut this round piece out, which should have cut it a little bit bigger, but that's okay. One thing is I don't like, you already waste a ton of leather when you do leather working, and I like to waste as little as I can. So this particular bottle style, which a couple different companies use it, if it's CA glue, just refill it. Take two. The ends weren't long enough, I think, and they just got really difficult to manage. So remove them all. There we go. You can see what I mean by the leather becoming rock hard with the CA glue in there. Rather get super glue on the leather. Oh, don't come up. Another piece of leather, rather. With this stuff, it's a glossy acrylic surface. Pull it off a little bit easier than I can with my fingers. You know, this sort of makes me want to, I printed this version to go on this because I'm missing, or rather need a new, use different tops. And it makes me want to put the female side on this one and the male side on here. It would work for printing too, because that would just be printing a post and it could go in there. I think the next version I'll do that, because then when you're putting it together, it'll be a little bit easier. Wrapping it is a little bit harder having this post in the way, which then it would make this one harder. But you have more room on that other one. But if you notice, I stretch it over it, check to see if the cut and fit is good, and then apply glue. If you do it the other way around, or just put glue first, you'll be in for a bad time. Yep, backside, definitely. Great. So that's on there, mostly good. That's not the prettiest, but again, backside. Okay. Now this is where you want to be careful not to tip this forward. If you tip it forward, that glue is going to go, it's going to go on the leather itself, and you'll have a bad time. That should be good. Okay, there's one last piece that I did not show, and I don't have, I need to print. It is the holder. So this, it's that piece right there. I painted that black. It was originally blue, but you use that to hold the necklace. So your necklace will come over here. One side will drape there. The other side will drape over here. But that's it for this build, except for that back piece. So I'll slide on in there. And yeah. Workbenches are never pretty. Anyone who says that they have a pretty workbench, they're lying. And all of that from, you know, wooden thing like this. Which, this is far more fun than that. Or that previous, oh gosh, where, do I have it over here? The stuff. Ooh, such a gross material.